Some viewers asked why I haven't discussed the escalating protests in California and the involvement of the National Guard, a major trending topic, while instead spending time and energy mocking Modi and the BJP government. First, I must clarify that I make videos to talk about topics I enjoy. Second, I cater to the preferences of my main audience, who enjoy India-related content, and I like discussing it too, which makes it meaningful. Additionally, my channel doesn't cover India more than China-US topics. It's just that the platform drives more traffic to India-related content. Most importantly, California's protests have little discussion value. They are essentially a political show by Trump and California Governor Newsom to gain attention. Both have motives to escalate the conflict and maintain its visibility to reap the benefits of public focus. For Trump, the protests in California initially involved only about 1,000 people, and even now, there's no sign of a dramatic increase in numbers. Trump mobilized 2,000 National Guard troops, but only deployed a few hundred. Suppressing these protesters would be effortless. Quickly quelling the protests would prevent violence, allow nearby businesses to resume operations sooner, and improve international perceptions. It would avoid incidents like the Australian female reporter being hit by a rubber bullet during a live broadcast. Clearly, Trump's approach to clearing the protests has been restrained, intentionally allowing them to spread further to shift domestic discussions away from economic issues. Trump's tariff war has driven up business costs and prices, making life unaffordable for low and middle-income groups. Trump has repeatedly sought talks with Xi Jinping, but only managed a phone call. Both sides reached a framework in Geneva, yet it failed to address the rare earth issue critical to U.S. businesses. Without quick access to rare earths, many U.S. companies face production halts, increasing pressure on Trump by generating more topics. China and U.S. negotiations in London have just begun. Creating a hot topic now distracts the public, giving negotiators a valuable buffer to secure better terms. If the public focuses on the London talks and the U.S. makes substantial concessions, it would be a devastating blow to Trump. His promoted MAGA slogan would become a global laughingstock, and Democrats would seize the opportunity to amplify the issue, embarrassing him and potentially impeaching him for recklessly starting a tariff war, even demanding his resignation. From Newsom's perspective, California has ample police forces, and the governor can mobilize the National Guard. If he truly wanted to handle the protests, the police could easily manage, avoiding embarrassing scenes of numerous police cars smashed by protesters' stones. Newsom deliberately uses a tolerant and restrained enforcement approach to highlight Trump's aggressive tactics, winning support from new immigrants in blue states while building political momentum for the 2028 presidential election. As for the smashed police cars and losses to some businesses, these are negligible given California's robust economy. If treated as an independent nation, California's economic output surpasses Japan and India, ranking fourth globally, so it hardly cares about such losses. Moreover, Newsom is fighting on home turf, holding the moral high ground by resisting authoritarianism, effectively rallying left-leaning voters. He doesn't care about right-wing voters accusing him of enabling rioters and illegal immigrants, as they wouldn't vote for him anyway. Currently, Trump and Newsom have reached a degree of unspoken understanding, neither letting the protests spiral out of control nor rushing to end them. The federal government and local government have their own needs, and the president and governor have their own plans. In this era of attention, empty speeches or complex policy plans pale in comparison to an online persona. As long as voters identify with you as a person, they overlook your flaws and vote for you steadfastly. This is why political figures like Trump and Modi can win elections. Newsom is clearly no novice. He understands this well. Thus, California's protests won't lead to major chaos and aren't worth attention. The U.S. has 340 million people, with only 11 million illegal immigrants. How could they affect the country's future? U.S. politicians use the immigration issue to gain attention, disregarding social division and economic losses. Why should we care?